Good morning. Today we are going to take a trip to the Henry Doorly Zoo. This is an experience you don't have to travel very far to witness. The animals are waiting, so let's get moving. On this train ride today, we're going to see the care given to these animals, what animals' lives are being saved thanks to the zoos, and even the environmental factors of their habitat. First, we're going to start with the care given to these animals. According to the KUTV News, the Henry Doorly Zoo spends over $1 million on food per year. There are many species of animals in which they do not eat the same things. According to an interview with the nutritional manager at the zoo, Kelly Capon, she gives some information about what is ordered. This order consists of 75 dozen eggs, 40 cases of bananas, 35 cases of romaine lettuce, and 12 cases of oranges. This estimates to be about $200,000 to $300,000 a year just on produce alone. Adding on the meat, poultry, fish, and feed, this brings the sum total to about $1.1 to $1.2 million a year. Food is not the only thing that the zoo provides for these animals. Modern materials are increasingly used for the construction of backgrounds, artificial rocks, and even trees. This helps simulate a more natural habitat for these animals. The zoo animals have many facilities that they can go into. Take giraffes, for instance. They're outside most of the time, but sometimes they like to go indoors where they're provided with food and even a rest area. As of today, the zoo has about 23 exhibits that include indoor and outdoor facilities. Now let's go over the animals that the zoo is saving from extinction. First, we have the eastern bongo. Not many people know what this animal is, but it's a very well-known animal in Kenya. Many zoos are working on a bongo breeding program to ensure that their population is acting as a safety net for their survival. Another endangered species is the regent honeyeater. Australian zoos have dedicated a breeding program to help their population as well, along with plant inventives. Did you know that the golden frog is incredibly poisonous? This helps ward off any predators. Unfortunately, it was not enough to protect it from a devastating fungal disease outbreak. Since 2007, it is said that their population has become extinct, although luckily they were taken into captivity for a conservation project, which allowed them to have more population. Oh my God. According to Tarongo.org, 90% of species were wiped out due to a disease that swept through the area. This led to a wildlife care rescue that rescued 16 healthy turtles, which allowed the Bell-Ringer River turtle to have more population. The golden lion tamarian was another species that the zoo life had to take into captivity for safekeeping. They were working on conservations that led to 1/3 of their population being saved from human care as of today. Okay. According to Britannica.com, the increasing number of zoo births gives hope that instead of capturing animals for exhibition, we'll rather restock the wild with zoo-born animals. The environmental part that the zoo takes in for these animals is another beneficial factor. Okay. According to the Union of Conservation, there are about 26,500 species that are considered in danger of extinction. This includes 40% of amphibians, 34% of conifers, 33% of reef-building corals, 25% of mammals, and 14% of birds. In the US alone, there are 1,600 species that are threatened or endangered. The real question is, why are these animals becoming extinct? Hurricanes, earthquakes, Forest fires, volcanoes, and tsunamis are all devastating consequences that these animals have to face. When disasters take place, that is where wildlife care teams come in and save as many species as they possibly can. A recent study found that extreme extinction of an animal could trigger an extinction domino effect. The study stated that because all species are connected in a web of life, this demonstrates that even the most tolerant species unlimitedly come to an extinction when those less tolerant species that they depend on disappear. Another factor in the lives of these animals are poachers. Poaching is illegal hunting or capturing of wild animals. These animals can go from as little as pheasants to as big and tall as elephants. Now that our trainer has come to an end, let's go over what we have seen today at the zoo. First, we got to see the care given to these animals, then witnessed animals' lives being saved thanks to the zoos, and even the environmental factors of their habitat. In short, these animals are in need of care and safe and healthy keeping so that they will be safe from extinction. Thank you. Thank you for visiting.